Good morning, guys. It is 5:10 in the morning, and we are sitting here waiting for first cast at 5:30. This is New Melones Reservoir in the beautiful Northern California KBF trail event, and yeah, it's going to be an exciting one. It's a great lake. It's a great fishery. A little bit of an unpredictable fishery, but lots of fish. Got a lot of bites yesterday and pre-fish. Didn't find anything too crazy, but caught a lot of fish on the jig of all things, so can't really beat that. But yeah, waiting for first cast. 5:30 is first cast. Last cast is 1:30. Submissions via the Trinity X website is by 2:30, and we have to be back at the check-in by 3 o'clock. So got a full 8 hours to fish today. I have no idea what it's going to take to win this tournament. I'm usually pretty good at guesstimating the overall winning length, but I have no idea for this one. I'm saying 90, but I wouldn't be surprised if someone got 100. But I think more importantly, top 10, you're going to have to get around 85 inches to crack the top 10. As always, our goal is just to catch 5 keepers, fish hard. Today I'm going to explore some water. I've got a couple areas. I caught 2 good largemouth yesterday. We're going to fish those areas with a jig, maybe some other top water to start, but no game plan really. Just going to fish hard as I can for 8 hours and hopefully get 5 big bites. 5:30. Game time. You know what? We're going to start off with a glide bait. Trying to take advantage of this low light. Weird. Alright, time to go with the bread and butter. Old jig. Alright. Not a good start. Not a good start. Not lose another jig. Thank you. Dude, I cannot lose any more freaking jigs. Dude, are you serious? A run of good luck's over. Cannot believe I'm gonna lose 2 jigs. Lost 1 jig all yesterday. Today, the first 30 minutes. 2 are gone. Oh, God, I can't lose any more jigs. That's a keeper. That's a keeper. Little keeper. Oh, look at what he's got in his mouth. You know what? And that's why we're using this summer craw. Or I think why it's working. It's got a little chartreuse in it, and it's kind of mimicking some of these little bluegill. All right, keeper number 1, 15-incher. Played with a lot of colors yesterday because I threw other baits, but I mainly threw the jig, but played with a lot of colors. And I think the biggest part of this jig that helped the bite was this trailer. It's this summer craw trailer. Yesterday we were noticing a lot of fish up shallow, bluegill and bass, and I think that little bit of chartreuse in this trailer imitates those bait fish a little bit better versus just my standard blue craw or green pumpkin. I had Mike experiment with it too, and as soon as Mike switched over this jig and this color trailer, he started getting more bites. So I think there is something to it. Spot number 2, definitely off to a little bit of a slower start than what we were hoping. But like I said, today the plan was to just cover water, explore new water. There we go, finally got a bite. This spot. Keeper at least. I don't even know if I don't think that's 12. Well, can't get stuck on one bait if it's not really working. Try a little flicker shad. There we go. I think the switch helped. Oh, set on that jig. There's a couple of casts with the flicker shad. And we got one. A little one. All right, another 15-incher. Another keeper. Relax, 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 relax. All right, keeper number 3. There we go. That feels like a big one. Never mind. That's so weird. It's like their first run they make, they feel a lot bigger than they are. Like when I set the hook on that fish, it felt like a 3-pounder, and it's like a 6-incher. It's about 8 o'clock. 3 keepers. I don't know, like 6 or 7 bites. I think I fished this morning entirely wrong. I was too focused on the jig this morning. I think this morning was more of a jerk bait or an A-rig, something moving kind of bite. When the sun gets up, I think that's when those fish start to settle down and get on the bottom. Yesterday, all my bites in practice were kind of mid-morning, and then it got better throughout the afternoon. I think I just goofed up and I threw the wrong bait in a good window of feeding time for him. So either way, I think the jig bite will pick up. Hopefully we can fill out our limit soon and just try to upgrade. Come on, be a good one. Let's keeper. This one's really fat. Oh, look at the belly on that one. Wow, that one's about to pop. It's kind of like those New York fish. All right, number 4 with a belly. There we go. That was a bass. Oh yeah. Man, that one smoked it. Keeper number 5. Dang it. I guess we don't have a limit. Oh, that was awesome. And he got it. Nice. That's a keeper. Oh boy, he's hot. He's hot. He's hot. It's got to be a 15-incher or so. All right, there's our limit. I think we're onto something over here. Go flicker shad. Look at all the life back here. So much bluegill. The water's so high. All this grass is now underwater grass. I might have to throw the gantarelle a little bit. Bluegill chasing. Look at that. Bluegill chasing the flicker shad. Look at them all. They're hitting the flicker shad. How funny is that? All right, stop messing with the bluegill and try to catch some bass. Oh my God! Unbelievable.
Was it a good one?
Yeah. Dang it! Oh no! Dude, my good run is over.
What?
My good tournament run is over. It's been
How big was it?
It's been a bad day. That sucks. It's a good one.
How good?
1920.
Really?
It was a largemouth. Oh, I never net him on this side of the boat. I goofed up. Man, I forgot how bad it feels to lose a big fish. Been used to the feeling of how good it feels to get a big fish, but I haven't had the feeling of a lost big fish in a while. It does not feel good. There we go. That's the one. I don't know. He's good. It's a big spot. My largemouth was bigger. Might be one of the longest spots I've ever caught. All right, guys. That's a nice long spot. Let's see what we got here. Got to call out a 15-incher now. Yeah, he might call a 15. I'm not sure. Nah, he's not gonna call. Especially like hot dogs. Long and skinny. A bunch of spots here. Not going to call. Let's try deep crack. She got a little fish on there. Giant on the 6XD. First fish ever on a 6XD. Incredible. I threw this a bunch yesterday, didn't get a single bite. Oh yeah, that's a good one. That one's pulled back on me hard. Oh my god. Oh my god. Another lost fish. Unbelievable. Wasn't a giant, but it would have definitely helped. I think that'll help. Probably call up a 1/4 inch or so. All right, squeeze 15.5 out of him. It'll cull up a 1/2 inch. Oh, come on now. One might measure. One might help. Catching those big ones. We ran out of summer craw trailers, so I have this dip and die marker. I've taken my blue craw ones and I'm just marking up the one side. Looks like the summer craw trailer I've been using. It's pretty close, but I do think that chartreuse makes a difference. I definitely want it on that trailer. This is where I lost the big largemouth. Give me some payback. Yeah, nope. I think that'll help though. Oh yeah, that's a long one. Look how long that one is. Oh no, 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 no. Dude, you're top 10 for sure. I'm calling up by 1/4 inches. Ooh, that might call. It's gotta be 15.50. All right, 15.50s. 15.50 is what we have to call. 2 hours left. Running and gunning in the kayak to points and rock piles. Hit those high percentage areas. Hopefully some bigger fish moved in. I think that will call. Oh, God. I think I got a photo of him. These fish are so aggressive. Come on. Oh, yeah, that's a kicker. Oh my gosh, get in that net. Jeez Louise. That'll help. 16, that'll help. All right, guys, 1:30, tournament's over. You know, it was a fun day. Caught a bunch of fish and on a jig of all things, but you know, made some bad decisions, especially first thing in the morning. I don't think I was doing the right thing first thing in the morning. And I didn't put fish in the boat that needed to come in the boat. And you know, it's gonna cost me, but fun day. Really can't complain. I mean, caught a ton of fish. So it'll be interesting to see where I end up. I'm gonna guess somewhere in the mid-20s. I don't know how everyone else did. I haven't checked the leaderboard in a long time. I'm gonna make my way in, check in, and I will catch you guys afterwards and give you guys a little recap.
All day I'm being macho, right?
Alrighty guys, that is going to conclude it for the KBF trail event at New Melones. Ended up getting 17th place out of I think 120 guys, which I will take any day of the week. You know, we lost one key fish during that tournament that definitely would have helped us. I actually haven't lost a big fish in a tournament in a long time. Kind of forgot how bad that hurts, but it was bound to happen. And that's just how it goes sometimes. But overall, it was a super fun weekend of fishing. Lots of fish caught, and on a jig of all things. I've been heavily favoring jig fishing this year, and it's just working out fantastic. Now, as far as what I think was happening, actually this shirt kind of explains what I think was happening this past weekend. I think the fish that I was catching were actually targeting bluegill. They're focusing in on bluegill. We noticed in practice a lot of small bluegill up shallow, you know, 1 inch, 2 inches long, and we even had a few fish throughout the tournament spit up some tiny little bluegill. So the jig, we put a little chartreuse on the back. Now, why I think the jig imitated a bluegill in particular was because a lot of my bites, I'd say 90% of my bites, I'd throw that jig out, I'd let it hit the bottom, only fishing in 10 to 20 foot of water. After it hit the bottom, within 2 seconds, 90% of my bites, they'd hit it right there. I think what was happening is a lot of these fish were in the area. They'd see that jig flutter down and they'd just kind of follow it, and as soon as it hit the bottom, they'd smoke it. That chartreuse definitely made a difference, and after talking to a handful of guys after the tournament, apparently a lot of guys would put a little chartreuse on their trailers. Same setup as always. I've got my Guru jig rod here. I've got 15-pound Seaguar InvisX fluorocarbon, and I've got a Corrado K 8:5:1 gear ratio reel, high speed reel. You need to get those fish in quick, especially the ones that are coming right at you and you need to catch up with. Don't have any tournaments coming up. Next tournament actually is in August. That'll be a 2-day KBF regional tournament, so that'll be a fun one. So a lot of just fishing, fun fishing in between. So that's gonna do it for this video. Thank you guys for watching. See you later.